You're doing well, Mike. After reviewing your exercise session, I think you did a great job. You put in great effort and determination throughout the exercise. However, I do say you should pace yourself in the beginning so you don't tire throughout the session and near the end, especially in the beginning because the first part of the exercise program, a lot of the exercises involve cardio and working the same muscle groups. So if you pace yourself, especially in the beginning, you would save up your energy for the whole exercise session and especially the later parts. Reflecting on the exercises you did throughout the exercise program, I noticed a few things that in each exercise that may have affected your performance while doing those exercises for good or worse. So we're going to start off with the push-ups. Um, for the exercise program, you were tasked with doing push ups as fast as you can, which can lead to you disregarding your form in hopes to try to meet that goal of doing push ups as fast as you can. And this tends to lead to most people, and you in this case, to quote unquote pump your push ups, which is not fully extending your arms while doing your push ups. You did really well with maintaining your neutral spine, keeping your back flat, only simply because you were tasked with doing push-ups as fast as you can, that your arms didn't fully extend, and it could be argued that your form was affected by trying to go as fast as you can. The next exercise was the inverted row. Proper body position for this is have your knees bent at 90 degrees and have your feet flat on the floor. This will help distribute the weight evenly across your whole body. Your instructor there at the time did instruct you to bring your legs closer, but before you were putting your weight onto your heels, which leads your body weight to be focused more on your arms and shoulders, and it makes the exercise a lot more harder. So for the Versa Climber, I would say that it seemed that you didn't have much experience using this machine, and the environment wasn't suited for, I guess, someone to possibly learn how to adjust and use the Versa Climber, as there was others people next to you and around you going a lot faster, significantly faster than you were, while you were seemed to taking your time, taking your pace, and this could be due to personal preference, or it could have been that you felt demotivated by the fact that you weren't as proficient with the Versa Climber as others. The next exercise we're going to talk about is the best bench press. One, you showed great form for the bench press and indeed for the bent over row. The only thing I can say for both of those that I saw that may have affected your performance is the fact that you didn't get any breaks in between. This leads to greater fatigue, and because they're working similar muscle groups, the muscle fatigue in your arms is going to be greater, and then this can affect the last set of Versa climbers that you had to do at the end. So for improvements in the future, going back to the push-ups, one thing I can suggest is to move your elbows from flaring slightly outwards to standard military style push-ups to make it harder to focus more on the triceps, or again spread your base, your hands wider to focus more on the chest, just to add some variability to a relatively simple and basic exercise, but to switch it up and give your body something new to adjust to while still seeing benefit from doing a push-up. Next is the inverted row. One thing you could do is, now to make it harder once you get proficient with the inverted row, is to fully outstretch your legs and have your toes facing up and your heels on the ground as your only method of base of support, similar to a push-up where your toes are your only method of base of support on your lower half. Have your heels your only base of support for your inverted row. This will make it slightly challenging as all your body weight is resting on your shoulders and your arms to pull yourself up and down. It just makes it harder, and it's also adds more variability to the exercise. For the Versa Climber, it's the same thing as previously stated. I say either find an alternative exercise or do this exercise on your own so you don't get demotivated by the fact that you're not as proficient using the Versa Climber as these other exercises. So you can give your full 100% to each exercise and get the full benefits of your exercise session. Um, Lastly, for your bench press and bent over row, the only thing I can say to help improve it is do use two hands, so use a bar, and do a traditional style bench press and bent over row as well, so you can keep your form equal on both halves, because there's a possibility that by doing single hand bench press and single hand bent over row, you can develop habits on one side. Say your dominant hand, you show good form, but your left is slightly lacking in, say you're not fully extending or fully flexing your arm. By using a bar, it keeps the form equal on both sides, and it's another variability you can add to your exercise that still gives you same benefits as doing a single arm bench press or bent over row, but helps ensure that you keep your form throughout your whole body.